Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Welcome at this special or prestigious evening of our awards evening at Western Province Rugby Referee Society. Before we're going to start, I'm first going to ask Ashley just to come and say the prayer. Thank you, Ashley.
Good evening, everyone. We just close our eyes for the prayer. Lord and Heavenly Father, we come this evening with many thanksgiving in our hearts. Lord, thank you for this past season, all the ups and downs and all the tribulations. Thank you that we were able to get here safely with your traveling mercies. And Lord, we ask your traveling mercies when we go home as well. This we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Ashley. On behalf of the executive, I just want to welcome the following people. Mr. Munib Levy, Deputy President of Western Province Rugby. Our previous chairmen, Mr. Douglas Howell, Dennis Immelman and Dan de Villiers. The chairman, Mr. Joey Klaaste-Salmans, his executive. Mr. Ruben Riffel, Western Province Rugby executive and our representative at the union's DC. Well, we need to get DC at the union, supporting our referees with referees matters. Sean Stewart from KWV in the absence of Dudley Shaw. Delia apologized too, I think, but his staff is here tonight of Protea Hotels by marriage Stellenbosch. Ivan Botha and Kelly, I haven't seen them yet. So from Thursday's Scarecrow. Liam Emanuel, the photographer, Eugene and his staff of Gene Productions. The live streaming tonight, unfortunately, it will be loaded tonight and it will be available tomorrow morning as soon as you get out of bed. Mr. Ivan Lindau, Tata, Brian Klaassen, Snacks Mobile, Van Zyl Burger King Cars, Joseph van Skalk with Discovery. Our national and provincial referees, Sean Veldsman and his wife. All the beautiful people around the table, that's excluding the referees except for Amy and Tiffany and Marty. Julle is alright oor die mans. Julle kan maar julle self gaan kyk. Julle lyk nogal mooi, mooier as op 'n rugbyveld op 'n Saterdag, ek verseker julle. Our referees, specifically you guys, are special guests here tonight, referees, coaches and assessors. And then our junior referees and their parents. Just one or two things. As you see, the starters will be served. You can help yourself whilst we're busy with the formalities. As you know, when you came in the restrooms, it's on your right-hand side. There will be free wine, juice, water, and some beers for the guys at the back. Then there's a cash bar for everybody else. At the guests, you can help yourself through the waitress. And then when we do the dinner, please allow our tables, our guests, first to have their meals. Julle is mos mooi ordentlike skeieregters, né? Dan net apologies. President of Western Province Rugby, Mr. Zelt Marais. Then this is for me a little bit of an emotional thing, Mr. Paul Dobson. Honorary President of Western Province Rugby Referees, and Paul, ons mis jou klaar al. And it's funny to have not, it's actually a sorry thing not to have you here. His wife is not well at all. En ek weet aan die Margaret sê vir my moet kom. Maar Paul sê he's got some other responsibilities too. Sien, as jy lank getroud is, nee, dan gaan jy maar so net kyk na tot die einde na mekaar. Then our Vice Chairman, JC Fortuin, Patrick Robertson of Drive Force, Rasta, Rashivenga, Egan Seconds, Mengeri Jadasweni, and all other referees who can attend tonight. Dudley Shaw of KWV and Pfizer Felton, and then later tonight, this evening, afternoon, we receive apologies from Danny Jones, Bangchin Tolle, and also Mr. Keith Hendricks. Before we're going to go over to the first awards, I just want to mention it's tough out there for businesses. Everybody knows it. A special word of welcome to Dewald Jenop van our mutual in Tracy White and sy spanne van Drive Force, the people that put financial effort into the society. Thanks a million for your support. If it wasn't for the two of you, it would have been really a tough year. En ek dink ons skeieregters kan net vir hulle twee hoofborge lekker hande klap gee. Before we're going to go move over to all the awards that everybody is waiting upon, I'm going to call upon our chairman, Mr. Joey Klaaste-Salmans, to do the overview of the 2019 season. Thank you, Joey.
Jy lê 'n klomp papier, jong, wat gaan die aan? Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. It's such a cold, cold winter's evening. It's great to have you all here. As I said to John earlier today, I think the gods had worked this out, and Ben actually told me this morning on the phone, when did it ever not rain when we go to Protea hotels? So I said, well, normally when we get there, it doesn't rain. So I'm actually glad that you all got here safe. I hope you all got my message earlier to drive safely, because I think that's important. It's good to have you all here. Unlike Ben, I kind of disagree. I think the men are looking quite dashy, but that's only because I look that way. So to the women, you're not looking too bad yourselves. So well done. Thank you very much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always a privilege, and tonight even a nicer one because I've got a new blazer on. So if it looks a bit big, I didn't pick up weight. Ben just misjudged my figure. I'm back from a 34 to a 32 again, but we're moving in good directions now that I'm hanging out with the young up-and-coming referees. They're keeping me fit. So Master of Ceremonies and the referees manager, Mr. Ben Tron, our Deputy President of Western Province Rugby Union, Mr. Munib Levy, and to the 4 different members that we discussed now who's absent, and let me tell you, like I always say, I don't like when people don't rock up for things, eh? Especially if I want them to be here, they must be here, man. Don't just not rock up. But anyway, that's my fight for another day, and you know I like fighting. To all my predecessors, these wonderful, they're always here on my left-hand side. I don't know if Ben organizes it like this. The Wise Council. Thank you very much for being here. And amongst the Wise Council is one wiser man, the Western Province Referees Honorary Vice Life President. Ek het lanklaas hy gesê Dougie, so baie welkom hier by ons, Dougie. And to all my executive members, please also accept the apologies of Mr. Fortuin, who left this morning for Joburg. He's attending a funeral tomorrow of one of his relatives. And to all the representatives of all our sponsors, I'm so honored that I met you a couple of weeks ago, because tonight I don't have to hold back. I can banter, because julle ken mos nou vir my van die laaste keer, né? And then also to all our partners and our spouses, thank you very much for being here with us tonight. We had a choice. We could do this without you, but we knew that that would kind of be a problem. So we said, no, we'll have you here, because if you weren't here, we wouldn't behave. Now that you are here, we will behave, because you haven't seen a bunch of referees on their own together. Ja, Stellenbosch sal weet waarvan ons praat. And then, very disappointing that we're not live streaming, but I've spoken to Eugene, and he's feeling very bad. It's not his fault. Technology works the way it does. He's going to record it, and I think it's nice that he does. And I still want it placed on our Facebook page tomorrow, so people can still go and watch. So if you get a bit off the track during the course of the evening, kan jy môre weer gaan kyk hoe jy gelyk het toe jy van die track af was. Okay. So, it is once again an honor and a privilege for me to be standing here in front of you. It's just less nerves than the years before. It's a glorious occasion where we celebrate the hard work of our individual referees who've excelled, and through determination, perseverance, commitment, and through times of struggle, raised their hands to be noticed. This evening is also a symbol of the end of our season, a season that was unique in comparison to all the seasons that we may have experienced before. I found this quote during my research, and it says, "Be more concerned about your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think of you. Our society in 2019 experienced a character examination. Whilst we were able to still set high standards and fulfill with excellence our commitment for various SA rugby competitions held in our backyard, we were also facing the challenge of defining ourselves and our character. It has become more and more prevalent that refereeing is under threat, not just in Western Province, but throughout the country. I refer you to what happened a couple of weeks ago in Brakpan as well as in Robertson. I remember someone once telling me that referees are like rhinoceros, an endangered species. This in itself is a scary thought, as the game of rugby will always need a facilitator to guide the players on the field to express themselves to the best of their ability and hopefully through that be victorious in their efforts. So how do we protect this species? Well, it's quite simple, by making drastic changes in the way we treat them. I don't and that our examination qualifications, perhaps their character is not as strong as a member of our society. What does bother me is losing referees because they have been disrespected, abused, and in some cases, violently approached. This is something we and all the stakeholders in rugby can change. I have been very vocal about my concerns, and it is stated on record that I committed to ensure that our referee safety is not to be gambled with. They should have the option of bringing their families to matches without any concern. As an executive, we walk side by side with the union president and his executive to pack this bull by the horns. We have many more miles to walk before we can truly say we are happy with the result. We will thus start the 2020 season with the campaign against the abuse of referees as a continuation of the 2019 season. The 31st of August 2019 was the saddest day that I've experienced in rugby history in Western Province. We will endeavor to never let it get to that extent again. We will call on all the stakeholders, the sponsors, the clubs, the players, the spectators to join us on the journey of rediscovering ourselves and questioning the manner in which we deal with each other as human beings. The last 6 months have not been the easiest, but it shaped my character. Referee partners and spouses here, we are aware that sometimes you feel unsure of whether you want your partner to go and serve this wonderful game. It is actually for you that we need to please. Hence the reason why we will embark on this journey, on this campaign against referee abuse, because you should feel comfortable at home when your loved one is doing what he or she is doing on a rugby field. It doesn't matter where. I want to thank the executive who held my hand during this tough time. I want to thank the provincial referees who boosted my immune system. And I want to thank every referee who supported our cause throughout the No Referee Abuse campaign in 2019. But as they say, with every dark cloud is a silver lining. 2019 has brought with it a lot of pleasant news. We are still in the part of the country where the most attractive rugby and good quality teams reside. That thus gives us multiple opportunities to showcase our talents. We are always grateful to SA Rugby when they decide to bring a tournament to Western Province. Yes, it may be stressful at times and sometimes logistical challenges, But we've always come out on top. The various tournaments hosted by Western Province clubs and schools also provides for a healthy breathing space for referees. We all know that you only get better with more on-field action. On-field action. Whilst the foot soldiers are ensuring that all is well on the ground, our flag bearers, on my right-hand side and here in front, our provincial referees have been setting high standards for themselves and their colleagues on the national and international stages. We've been blessed to have a representative in each of the big international tournaments. This moment, I wish to congratulate Divan Ace on his vierdwip at Loftus, where he refereed Blue Bulls versus Griquas as a Premier Currie Cup debut. May there be many more. Let's give that man a bell. Our biggest success of 2019, in my view, is the number of referees that we were able to entice to the wonderful art of refereeing, to use your words, Mr. Nglebisa. A lot of this success is because of the incorporating of our social media platforms to market our brand. 2020 will see an upgrade of our website to make it more user-friendly for administrators and referees alike. When we reviewed the progress of referees last week in our executive meeting, we were astounded by the movement of the beginners. Having said that, there are still so many who just need to qualify on a fitness test or an exam mark, and Ronnie is al moeg gesweet daaroor. In 2020, we will have to zoom in on those people who don't want to come and run the old fitness test. It's so easy, man. It's just 12 minutes of your time, and provide opportunities for those members to get sweet success. It is the beginner group of referees, the Division 7 referees, Division 6 and 5 referees, that I would like to extend a huge thank you to at this moment. This year, we literally chucked you into the deep end of the swimming pool. The lack of numbers in our society meant that beginners were appointed to some very tough fixtures. Whilst we celebrate that, I also want to thank all the coaches and the mentors of these young men and women who have given them the courage to take on the also started off with a bit of a worry. Soos julle weet, geld maak. As we were without a sponsor and we knew the important upkeep of the successful organization of ours. Having said that, we have been very without them, we wouldn't be in the fortunate position we are today. This year, we welcomed Old Mutual and Dryforce to our refereeing family. We're still very honored to have KWV Protea Hotel by Marriott Stellenbosch, Tata Thirsty Scarecrow Discovery, and King Cars, who helps our juniors on this journey of ours. Our recent successful cocktail evening with our sponsors had me to believe that we'll be gaining more. I thank each and every sponsor here tonight and to those absent for believing in our brand and help us to maintain a high standard of match officiating in our province. Please, let's show our appreciation to all our sponsors. This year, we were also able to promote 6 Division 2 referees to the top division. Again, a first for our society. It's like the pins that you got now. It's the first time I'm wearing a striped pants as well, but these things happen. We were able to use these referees and others who believe that they have the temperament, skills, and knowledge to officiate at the Paarl Gymnasium under 16 tournament. It was a good training ground for them and for what was to come. Their inclusion in Division 1 allows us to have a diverse group of referees and a group that will challenge each other for the top club matches in the province. As I mentioned before, we embrace technology in our marketing. We also embrace it in our coaching. In 2020, we will see a lot more referees be recorded on video, and one-on-one coaching opportunities will be created to help them. So help me God. This is not just for the top guys, but for the lower divisions as well. Radio communications is what we need the most help with, especially since some of these guys have to do TV games, and then they get shocked when they see there's a radio on their chest. I want to thank Eddie Douglas. Yes, Eddie is my vice chair tonight. Eddie Douglas, who recently sponsored us with equipment to make all our radios effective. Thank you, Eddie. Our recent actions and having had some heart-to-heart conversation with clubs have brought us to the mirror and asking ourselves some tough questions. In most cases, I can tell you we are serving the clubs to the best of our abilities. But sadly, there are some of us who are letting the team down. As unpleasant as it is, one has to look in that mirror and acknowledge that all is not good in refereeing world if there's 2 or 3 referees who decide that a red card they've given will become a yellow card after the game. That a match will not be refereed because they do not rock up for it. That we do not have the respect of our club officials because we think in our 20 years that we've been on this earth, the 50-year-old man in front of us is nothing. We really do have to do some soul searching as a society. And we will go through that in our strategic planning once I have decided when that will be. I just need you to get a rest first. We have mandated Mr. Ashley Mackay, as he's known, as the convener of discipline to start charging our match officials who bring our name into disrepute. We are currently in the process of dealing with a few cases where referees have been charged for bringing the society's name into disrepute. And on my insistence, I have asked Ashley that we look for maximum, and I don't care if we end up with 50 refs, but then we'll have 50 of the best refs in Western Province. Character, ladies and gentlemen, is crucial. There is no time for you to let the team down. Let's make 2020 a year of excellence on and off the field. The Junior Referees Project has once again had a great year, and under Ben's leadership, we will be welcoming new senior members to our society. 4 of them are here tonight. As mentioned last year, if these officials are good enough to climb the ladder under our requirements, then we will not stand in their way. No more will we wait to go step by step to get to the top. If you're good enough and you can handle the pressure, then you are going. That means that the Division 1 is going to get younger and younger, which is awesome for us as a society. There are 11 referees between Division 1 and 4 who are products of the Junior Referees Program. We were absolutely elated earlier in the year when we heard that Zoe Nadir was identified to be on the Ladies Academy squad. That makes her the first ladies junior referee to make it to that level. And to her, in her absence, to Ben, to the whole junior group, to Amy, who's been supporting her, I say, well done. Give her a round of applause, please. I was also pleased to be informed that the group who went to Mauritius didn't break anything. No, that's not here, sorry. Pleased to inform that the group who went to Mauritius Sevens officiated very well. And a special mention must be made of Tiffany Gordon. When Tiffany left, I thought, meisie, as groot dinge daar aan die kant. When Ben came back, the first person he spoke about was how well Tiffany refereed. So Tiffany and to the Gordon clan, well done. We are so proud of you. So tonight, some of you will receive some awards, others will receive beers. Know that even if you don't get any awards, but you get a beer, then be happy. You are still a champion in my eyes. We are also celebrating special people who I will refer to later on tonight. As I always say, you need to take time to see whose name is on the trophy. Take time out to read the names before yours on that trophy. That might just be an indication of where you are going. Lastly, I always like to express my sincere gratitude and huge appreciation to Western Province Referees Executive, who this year, ladies and gentlemen, have given up so many hours, you will not believe it. I also want to thank Lynette for letting Ben be with us, because ons het baie daar saam gesit, and we were crying tears about this abuse referee thing. But we did it, gentlemen. We spent 4 hours on a conference call one night, only to realize the next day that it was for our own pockets. Sorry, John, I haven't told you that one yet. Thank you for giving up double the amount of hours this year to make sure that everything runs smoothly. Deputy President, Mr. Levy, please convey our thanks to all the members of your executive, and especially to you and the President, who under difficult circumstances never lost sight of the importance of the safekeeping of our officials. I will put our 6 hours and 10 minutes thriller of a meeting in my record books. We have so much more to do to ensure that clubs and referees are at a place where we can comfortably say it's okay again. I understand now why my dad used to say the tallest trees get the most wind. It gets cold up here sometimes. But to be able to engage with someone like you, sir, and with Mr. Murray, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Shukran Munib. The absence of our SA Rugby reps, I want to thank them for giving our big boys and big girls the opportunities that they need to be able to be the best that they can be. Having so many men and women at the top, the most of all provinces, is really a feather in our caps. But we did nothing, because we don't go out and practice with Amy or Morris or Quinton and them. They do it on their own. So I want to thank them for making sure that they keep the Dizer as fresh as it is. Thank you to all our provincial referees. Give them a round of applause, please. Ben, Fatima, and Eddie. I've added Eddie because he was retired, then he worked, then he was retired, then he worked. Now, are you working again? Now he's working again. So when he's not working, he's retired, then he becomes part of the office, and then he goes and works. So I don't know, but Eddie, I want to thank you, Ben and Fatima, really for everything that you guys have done in the office. I have seen Ben lose another 5 hair. And it is tough for him now that he's taken over the appointments with Fatima and Eddie. I can see in his eyes sometimes, he sometimes has this massive disagreement with me, but then he just says, I'm an executive, maar maak jong, soos executive sê. But I can see it, but he believes in us. And thank you, Ben, for being there with us. I want to tell you in all sincerity that what you guys do means a lot to us. I know the refs moan all the time about appointments. I know they do. But what would happen if you weren't there? Vir wie gaan hulle dan bel? Nie vir my nie. So thank you very much. Please give those 3 people a nice round of applause. Referee spouses and partners, I wish to thank you wholeheartedly for your sacrifices this last season. A referee who is not happy at home is not happy on the field. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, eh? Yeah. You can see these oaks didn't have the CAPS curriculum because they can still make inferences. So I actually meant happy as in happy. And I saw Ashley getting very excited looking at his wife. I don't know why. But it's true. If they're not happy, if for whatever reason you said something that did not quiver their liver, then unfortunately it goes onto the rugby field. So I want to thank you for keeping the peace on a Friday and a Saturday morning, and then for bringing out your real true self on Sunday. Thank you for just making them happy so they can go and do what we want them to do. Let me just tell you that if you do go and see them referee, you will hear things. It's not all true. Right. Okay, some of it is. It's not all true. Let it be like water off a duck's back. Ask my husband, it took him years, but practice makes perfect. So now when they tell him I'm a poople, he smiles. So I don't know if it's because he agrees or what. But anyway, do not let it become personal, people. Because if our spouses, when your spouse becomes unhappy because someone said something, the ref becomes unhappy too. So let it just go. Because those people who say what they say don't even know what color the law book is. They call it a rule book. So we salute you as you are the warriors behind the success of our society. And I want all our men and women to please applaud their spouses and partners here tonight. To my wise counsel, Mr. Dobson, in his absent, Holwell Immerman de Villiers, thank you for being on the other side of the phone line. I think I spoke to all of you at least twice before the 31st of August. And thank you for your encouragement and advice during the tough times. And thank you for just being there for me when I need you. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I salute you. Referees, you have stood by your executive in most cases. You adhere to what we required of you. I need that to become like a contagious illness. You need to rub that off on your colleagues who are not like that. You need to influence your peers so that they can stay on the road with us. Encourage them to fulfill our criteria. It's not there for no reason. We need each and every one of you. I would like to encourage anyone who knows of someone who's just 10% interested in refereeing to get them to come and become a referee. Ask Theo. He was a fly half. Theo, where are you? Pastor Theo? He was a fly half. Now he tells me he wants to referee Super Rugby. Just think, wow, fly halves don't know the laws. But Theo joined us this year in Cape Varsity. He's here. How many of the referees who are here joined us this year? Come, how many of you came to the level 1 courses this year? Raise your hands. People, look at Mornay's hard work. Look at the work. Well done for being here, gentlemen. Well done. Ek sê maar Mornay gaan my bier koop later. To John Klaaste-Salmans, keeps me grounded, keeps me focused, my biggest fan, but also my biggest critic. So I want to say to him, thank you very much for always being there. And this last 6 months, he had to be there. And he didn't say a word about anything that had to do with our decision-making with regards to action of the abuse of referees. He just listened, allowed me to shed my tears, and then hugged me like a good man should, and then rocked me to sleep, Ashley. Rocked me to sleep. Mr. Master of Ceremony, my cup runneth over. There's nothing left to say, but thank you, baie dankie, shukran.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ek weet, Muzie is nou klaar en hy doen ons op jou nominate, maar daar's 'n pos vir jou. Just from, thank you for the speech. I think he motivated so many people now. I think the season can still continue till about New Year next year, and then we restart. Just quickly a check. I just want to quickly check the regions that's here tonight. Ek het so voorgevoel die Parel is die meeste vanaand hier. Sal die Parelmense nog almal opstaan? Parelstreek staan julle gou om. Gou kyk. Is daar enige streek wat meer is? Bellville? Brackenfell? Parow? Parow? Nee, wat julle is kort. Stellenbosch, nee, julle sit een tafel. Dankie julle. And then I also want to do another thing. All the juniors that came through the junior system. Martie, hy het eintlik van jou vergeet, né? Maar jy was al 'n senior junior. Jy was eendag uit die skool, dit sluit jy by ons aan. Maar welkom. Al die juniors wat vanaand hier is wat jy die skole system kom, staan julle gou op asseblief. Gou kyk hoeveel van julle is hier. All the juniors. Just stand up, everybody, all the juniors. Haas nog. All of them. Thank you, guys. That's what we need. I think we're very fortunate at the society. I think we've counted. At this stage, we have 37 junior referees. Dylan, jy is die oudste. Oud is jy nou 23, 21, 27. Okay, Dylan's the oudste. So we've got about 37 referees of age group 25 years and younger. And I think there's no referee society in the world that actually can equal us with that. So we will put more time into that too. Let's go over to our first Junior Referees Awards. I'm going to call upon Joey, myself, Joseph, and Van Sale to come forward and hand over the prizes, please. And I also want the junior referees just to, not to walk back, just to stay at the podium to my left after you received your prizes. As said, the Junior Ambassador Referee of the Year. This year we were actually in for some history at some schools. And I'm going to mention some of them through the presentations or through the awards. Our Junior Referee of the Year from Rennie's Girls High. I think they're 159 years old this year. And as a girls' school, 100% sure it's the first ever referees award the school have handed out at that school. So let's call upon Tiffany Gordon. Then our next Junior Referees Award, most upcoming referee. Daar van my vrou se oudskool om 'n water. Ek dink die eerste award wat die skool kry, ek dink hulle is ook omtrent so al 120 jaar oud. From J.G. Meyering, Sergio Hughes. Then our most promising referee, and I think this school is about more than 160 years old, and also their first referees award from Bishop's Wesley Altman. En nou gaan julle die parelite seker hoor skree. Die eerste junior referee vir die juniors, referee of die year van die Parel van Labrie Hoërskool, ook al die eerste award, De Wet Du Plessis. Give them a round of applause again. Thank you. Thank you, Joseph, Van Sail, van Kinkars, for your support deur die jare. We're going to move on to our regional referees awards. I'll call upon Ronnie Boebenlefley, Alan Becker, Johan Willemse, and Tracy White from Dryforce. Tracy, just come forward, please. And Eddie will help us. Yeah, Dryforce. Our regional referee award for the regionals. We're starting off with Paul Walid Murad. Brackenfell region, Joubert Abeskagni. As Joubert nie is nie, met Jawed maak hom al. Monay Kabel. Ahead, Joey. First paddle. Then for the Paro region, Marty Moster. This referee apologized. He's on holiday in Brazil. Helderberg region, Joshua Frick. Nico Kayet kom al namens hom as streekleier. Nico. Dankie Nico. Table view Mamre. Cameroon, Africa. As you can see, they're getting younger and younger. Langa region, Thuso's region. Thuso, thank you for all that administration, spot on stats and things that you send us there every weekend, after every week. Langa region, Nomwabo Dayo. Then we're going to move on to the Weinberg region. Also one of the youngsters that came through the system, David Patterson. We are moving over to Mitchell's Plain area. Mitchell's Plain, Henry Gardner. Is Henry nie hier nie? Waar's Henry? Kom Henry. Then, unfortunately, this year there was no award for Kailicha. They restructured, busy building. And for our sponsors, guys, you can just see all the awards winners in the regions. Most of them are young, most of them are upcoming. I believe that's the way forward. If you really want to progress as a referee, it's to work through your regions, where they meet either weekly or however they decide to do. But I think most of the young guys are learning the most there. The last region that we're going to give an award to tonight is Stellenbosch. Also one of our junior referees, Skull Joubert. Thank you, Tracy and the team. We're going to move over to our divisional awards. We do have 7 divisions. We're going to start off with Division 7, and also, he's still in Brazil, not back yet. Division 7 this year, Joshua Frick. Oh, sorry. Let's call upon Eddie. Eddie is here already, Monet, Ashley and Dewald, Jenop of Mutual. Okay, for the Heidelberg region, Division 7, we're going to ask Dan de Villiers to hand it over to Joshua Frick. Thank you, Dan. En Dewald het pragtige mooi sakke gemaak, sulke mooi trolley bags. Dan julle gaan almal dit soek as ons nou klaar is, maar dit is nie in die mark hier, dis 'n prys. R1000, dan kan ons onderhandel. We're going to move over to Division 6. Clarence Santi. We're moving down to Division 5. Clint Jacobs. Seems like it's more Langa people, eh? Tusa more Langa. You're challenging Paul now, eh? Okay, Tusa some more awards. Division 3, no, Division 4, Lomwabodoyo. Division 2, Division 3, Lloyd Hagland. Now Division 2, almost on Division 1. Division 2, Petrus van der Merwe. And then to Division 1, from the Paul, Walid Murad. Mens kan nie glo hy en Salman Murad is familie nie, né? Hy is van die kort Murad, Salman is van die lang Murad. Liam is short, eh? Then our last award is not a division award, it's for the referees with the highest exam mark. I just want to clear Johan Lawrence, he's a coach, and he should know a little bit more than the referees. But that was on his third writing too that he always got. He had 93.3%, but of course we only give it to active referees. Highest exam mark for 2019, 90%. Zander Herselman. Thank you, team. Jy nou hard gewerk. Nou hard gewerk. O ja, Johan, hulle gee vir jou 'n sertifikaat. Johan Lourens, kom haal jou sertifikaat asseblief. Gee hom sommer 'n bottel, Ashley. Gee hom 'n bottel wyn. Sy kan dit ook oorhandig, ja. Net kom maar oorhandig dit vir hom. Johan, waar is jou baadjie, man? Waar is jou baadjie? Julle gummies trek gou julle baadjies uit, hè. Thank you for Dewald, Ashley, Monay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on with the program tonight. We're going to call upon the Deputy President of Western Province Rugby, Munib Levy, to say a few words. Thank you, Munib.
Thank you. Joey has an iPad. I only have it on paper. He is by a puppy, Joey. Anyway, good evening, goeienaand, mulwedi, assalamu alaikum. All protocol observed. Before I go into my speech, Joey, that meeting was 6 hours, 10 minutes, exactly. And what you didn't realize is before that, we still had a 3-hour meeting. So next time when you engage with us, so long, please make sure you bring food with. Because I was very hungry when I went home. But it gives me great pleasure to acknowledge your presence at this occasion this evening. I wish to extend a sincere apology for my president, Mr. Zelt Beret, who so dearly wanted to attend this event, but is currently attending to a family matter. Can I take this out? Can die uitkom? Okay. I won't discuss what was said here now. I'm sure many of us appreciate the presence of our relatives and friends that have volunteered some time tonight to share in the excitement of our referees' annual dinner and awards evening. I'm certain that many of you has waited patiently, it's me as well, to see and meet the referees in a more relaxed atmosphere where the pressure of refereeing a game is temporarily suspended. The referees like confident this evening as well. The aim of sport is to foster brotherhood, create a bond, and foster unity. Sport has the ability to bring people closer, to make friends, and create friends for a lifetime. Through sport, we can provide alternatives to the scourge of gangsterism and drugs, which is destroying our communities. By you officiating games, you contribute towards society and your communities to help eradicate the scourge because you're keeping the youth off the street. I don't think you realize what important role you play just besides refereeing a game. Tonight is a perfect time to experience the humane side of our referees and their support structures. There's a support structures of the other halves. We often make the mistake of forgetting that our referees are also just ordinary human beings like ourselves. The only difference is that their lives are focused on giving us some form of organized entertainment through the sport. It is therefore not surprising to notice that some of them do often at times falter and err because they are human, just like us. I must state that this is the nature of the sport and its varying impact it has on both the individual and the group as such. The end of the season gives us an opportunity to reflect on our growth and development patterns so that we can apply them as benchmarks when we sit and plan for the season ahead. We all should understand that rugby is a team sport, therefore, its success is measured by cordial relationships. Remember that cordial relationships that are all aimed at a goal. We understand that there are lots of challenges, but it will take a team effort to ensure that those challenges are eradicated. No person is an island, and only together we can achieve. I thank the referees and their families for your combined efforts and contribution towards ensuring that rugby is played weekly and officiated by dedicated referees, come rain or sunshine. As Joey said, there's a few that don't pitch up now and then, but on the majority, you're always there. On behalf of the President of Western Province Rugby, our executive committee, and all its affiliated clubs and rugby-loving people of the Western Cape, it is my privilege to express our sincere gratitude for the unselfish job you do for rugby within our province. And I want you to give yourself a round of applause. The words of Mother Teresa are very relevant tonight, and let me share it with you. It's not about how much you do, but how much love you put in to what you do that counts. The referees once again contributed, showed us all the love they have for this game. I purposefully did not delve into events of a very challenging year for all of us. I either opted to say to all of you, thank you for what you have done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Levy. Thank you for returning the mic too. We're going to continue now with the buffet dinner as requested. Firstly, for a lot of people right at the back, you will find your food. And as requested, I think we should actually start with table number 2, our senior staff. There's nie vir Ellen, Ellen is all right, maar Ronnie is bietjie jonk. Let's start off with number table 2 and 1. Over the right, the executive, 2 at the back, and the sponsors to the left to go and serve your dinners. Dan gaan ons die provinsiale ouers mag mos nie baie eet, so hulle kan eintlik maar jou laaste eet, net want julle is gewoond aan die leftovers. Okay, but I'm sure the food will always be like in the past from the hotel, from high quality and standard. So enjoy the meal with us, and we're just going to take a break. See you later. Thank you. Chubby?
For the next few minutes, I really would like you just to give me all the attention that I deserve. And I will ask my acting vice chairman, who's going to be assisting me in the next couple of minutes, with the following awards. We sat as an executive the other day talking about these awards, and I want to at this moment thank Ronnie and Alan and Arthur in his absence. They are the awards and something subcommittee, so you don't have to worry about the rest of it. So just want to thank Ronnie as the chairman of that subcommittee for all the hard work. They only meet on a Saturday, because it's the only time Alan doesn't work, because Alan works every other day. And as you know, it's corporate, it's Investec. You know, so it's important that you know that he works. So, Alan, where's you? Oh, there's you. Thank you very much to you and Ronnie and to Arthur for all your hard work. We appreciate it. So just before I receive the long emails tomorrow to say why do the two white men and the colored man make the decisions, it doesn't work that way. There's criteria that they follow, and then they come to decisions that is made the way it is made. Hence the reason why some of the people who won awards tonight, you could see some people were like, "Hi, bo." Yes, yes, that's how we work. We roll that way. Welcome to Western Province. If you don't like it, you may leave it. Ladies and gentlemen, so we decided that we would like to award or reward a couple of people. It's something different from what we've done in the past. I think when I leave Earth one day, remember I was the one who tried to do things differently because for some reason I am differently. But that's not my fault. That's not my fault. It's my father's fault. We would like to, tonight, celebrate a Western Province referee who specialized in the field of sevens rugby. He was selected to the panels back in 2011, and he was fortunate and fit enough to stay there for 7 years. He at this time was able to achieve significant successes. He was able to referee in 2 World Cup Rugby Sevens World Cup tournaments in 2013 and 18. Equally busy on both men's and women's tours, he in 2016 was selected to referee the Olympics men's sevens final. Ladies and gentlemen, as a society, we're extremely proud of the achievements and success of Fatawani Rasta Rashavengi as the most successful sevens referee of our time. Unfortunately, Fatawani this morning urgently had to fly up to Limpopo to his family, and I'm hoping that nothing serious is going on there today. So he's not here to accept this fantastic award that Western Province Referee Society is esteeming and putting on him. I am going to ask somebody who can come and collect it, Ben? Wie? Oom Daggy, man. Laat oom Daggy kom. Dan was mos nou hier en Nico. So oom Daggy gaat kom. So oom Daggy, we're going to ask you to accept on behalf of Fatawani this beautiful trophy. And I would like to read what it says. It says the most successful HSBC Sevens referee, 264 matches, 17 finals, 9 HSBC 7 women's tournaments, 44 games, 4 finals, 2 World Cups, and a 2016 Olympic final. Daggy, don't mind Dennis, he always just laughs. By the way, is lekker om vir Dennis die te hek sien, hy en sy vrou het lekker gegille wind oor sien, né? 7de honeymoon. Was lekker om julle hier te hê. Jou vrou lekker vas. Nou, dus ek sê niks vir jou, nee. Dennis, nice to have you. Jay, kwam hier maar. Ladies and gentlemen, in the second award, it's our honor and our pleasure to again make this award. This gentleman is one of those who crossed the path from an old union to the new unions. He's climbed the SA rugby panels after unification of unions and soon became one of the top referees in our country. There were not many referee heroes for us on the Cape Flats, but he and JC Fortuin and others like them became our heroes, and they became the people to carry the flag for us. It was obviously a wonderful day in the Breede River Valley when in 2003 they announced that he was going to referee the Currie Cup final. Those of you who don't know where the Breede River Valley is, check Google Maps. Injury forced him to retire, and he took up this opportunity to become a television match official. The rest is history. Super Rugby, Currie Cup Rugby, international tests, 2011 and 2015 World Cups, all to boot, under his feet, done and dusted. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our honor as the Western Province Referee Society to honor a friend, a colleague, a huiskind, a sterling TMO, fantastic man, beautiful man, fellow teacher, werk nou vir ons mutual, maar het goed gebeur. He had a career from 2006 as a TMO until the other day when Marius helped him out in the Currie Cup final. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to congratulate on a wonderful career, Sean Veldsman. Ja, jong, ja, gee hulle vir my doos ook. O, sorry Sean, is om die trofeetjie in te sit. Ladies and gentlemen, and then the last one for me, before Ben takes over, is one that not many people in the room know about. So it was between me and a few others. This last award is exactly what it is. It's a special award. And everybody of us here was touched by this person. There's not a person in this room who can say that they haven't been touched by this person. He started his management career at Western Province in 1995, when many of us were still young or not even born yet. He has been the face of Western Province rugby referees. Many of our senior referees here, and even some of those who have retired, were discovered by him. Not many people know, but he was a policeman in his previous life. One of the many important things that he's done in his career, except for discovering me and Amy, was that he started the Western Province Junior Referees Program in 2010. He's always been a visionary. He's been a father figure to me. He's been a person that you can go to if you're looking for an example of how to be a man, a husband, a father. And he has placed refereeing very high on his priority list. Not many referees can brag with accolades, or referee managers across the world can brag with the accolades that he has. I've asked some of my friends to just give us their thoughts. Hopefully they can do that for me now.
Hi Ben, a few of us here at World Cup just want to congratulate you on your long service award tonight. You've been a fantastic rugby man and a great support to referees, and I think all these guys just want to echo that. And your service in the game is, we can't say thank you enough, and for all the times you look after us.
Yeah, Ben, just want to say, I thought it says happy 80th birthday, you said. Oh, sorry, your retirement, sorry. No, Ben, seriously, thanks for all you've done for us over the years. It's really difficult when you're away sometimes, particularly the first time, knowing anybody and anything, and the way that you've looked after us and everything has been great. And from when me and Barnsley came the first time to the Sevens, we still remember My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean being played in your little cassette in your car when you were taking us to places. So look, it's very much appreciated, and hopefully I'll be back in South Africa sometime in the future. We'll catch up then. So good luck and best wishes to all the family as well.
Ben Macho, whether it's taking me to a light store, taking me to a vineyard, or just putting me to bed, you've always been there helping me out. You know, there's some great people around the world involved in our game, and you know, you've looked after us across the last dozen years, and you're a very special one. A fantastic night. It's been a quiet kind of couple of weeks for us referees over the World Cup, so make sure it's not very quiet over there tonight down in Cape Town. Have a fantastic night, mate.
Hey Ben, thank you very much for your hospitality, and thanks for what you do for the South African referee, and what you do for all the international referee during many years. Thanks a lot, and have a really good night in Cape Town tonight.
And Jerome says the South African wine is better than the French wine, by the way. But he won't admit it.
I'm not sure.
Cheers, Ben. Well done.
All the best. Cheers, Ben.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's not retiring like Nigel said, but I thought it was time. It was time. It was time for us to acknowledge the work that is done. Because so many times people want to stand in the church when your coffin's there and they want to say nice things. I wanted him to hear from their mouths, and I got that video this morning from Yaku, from their mouths and from all of us, because what they've said is how we all feel. And I wanted to say that it gives me pleasure, Ben, as one of your products, if I can call it that way, and now the chairman of the society, to award you with a long service award for, in my mind, being the longest serving referees manager in this world, 1995 until today still, and still maybe next year if it goes well for him. Ladies and gentlemen, rise to your feet for Ben Tron. And I just want to say that even Lynette didn't know about this, Eugene didn't know about this. Eugene only knew about this 2 hours ago when I told him just before we started. And I'm glad that we're recording this so we can actually send it so Bernard can actually see it. I think that, Ben, this is your moment, brother.
Yeah, thank you. Ja, wat kan one say? Ek gaan nou maar 'n bietjie meer Afrikaans praat want dit is mos maar 'n bietjie 'n moeilike storie, maar baie dankie vir die hulpblyk vir die mooi woorde. Guys, most of you guys actually did make it easy for me. Some guys, it's life. You don't get along with everybody, but at least try to get along with 80% of people in life, and it's still worth it. Whenever we have differences, it's ek sal altyd onthou wat oor Leno Flappie gesê het vir die komitee. Ek kry nou hoendervleis om oor te praat. Dat ek gesê het mense, ons kan verskil soos ons wil op die tafel, want as ons nie verskil nie, as ons eintlik korrup. Maar as ons klaar verskil het en ons stap uit die kantoor uit, dat ons nog steeds net vriende van mekaar wees en nie kwaad van mekaar wees nie. En dis 'n mate wat ek miskien saamgevat het in die lewe en ek moet daarvoor om die hulpblyk gee voor dat ons die reg het om te verskil, maar dat ons op my manier moet kan verskil. Ek dink as ons tans in ons land kyk, hoe mense oor emosies voel, dan voel ek jammer vir ons vrouens en kinders daar buite dat mans so emosieloos is teenoor die swakkers van die swakkeres. En ek hoop hulle kan dit eendag regkom, want dit is nou op 'n ander vlak. Ek wil vir my voorsitter die voorsekkers baie jammer en Paul is nou nie vanaand hier nie. Ek sou wat wou gegee het om hom ook hier te gehad het. 95 saam om te begin. Saam met Daggie oor te gaan, Dennis en Dan. Ek het net een strandman gemis en dis om Hansie. En ons het ek al die strandmanne gehad, die hele weg manne. Dit was 'n lang reis. Was heerlik geweest. Ek is nog nie klaar nie. Ek het nog 1 of 2 op my sleeve goed wat ek nog wil doen voor ek klaar maak. Ek is nog lekker jonk. My vrou wil ons met klaar maak. Maar ek gaan dit mis. Ek gaan vir julle mis. Ek sal die sport mis. En op 'n van die dae is ek het my enige geleer uit rugby refereeing uit. It's not a popular job. But at least try to make friends when you're on the field. And that's the best. Ek gaan nou baie lelik wees. Ek gaan nou 'n collegian storie vertel as nou 'n vloekwoordjie daarin. Vergeef my daarvoor. En almal ken die tannie op collegians op die wal wat so lekker kan skree en skel en sy het altyd vir my gesê, "Ben, jy's nou 'n swak ref." Net en ek met die ander K woord gebruik. Okay, ek gaan maar sê so sy sê, "Jy's 'n kakref." Maar ten minste smile jy vir al jou foute wat jy maak op die veld. Dankie hoor. Ja, dat is aangaan. Daar's baie staaltjies. Ek het gesê ek 25 jaar moet ek miskien 'n boek saamvat, 25 referees manager working my life working with referees. Ek vertel ook altyd die storie van Marius. Hoe Marius in die referee gekom het en hy is al vervelig om dit aan te hoor. Ek het die interskole tussen JGM en president so 7 keer geblaas. En ek dink so die tweede laaste keer 2003 Marius, ek kan nie onthou nie. 2 was hy die kaptein gewees en toe ons van die veld af stap en hy sê dankie vir die game te sê ek het nou so pas besluit as jy kan rugby blaas, kan ek ook rugby blaas en hy en hy het definitief 'n beter job van dit gemaak as ek, weet. Okay, daar's nog 2 wat die komitee nie van weet nie. Maar dit is nou vir ons borgers wat is Johannes, jy kan vorentoe kom. Ons gaan gou vir hulle ook net iets oorhandig. Eerste vir Tracy, if you can just come forward on behalf of the society, we just want to give some of you people to take back to your office, please.
Fun size. There's no words. It's an honor and a privilege to sponsor the Referee Society. They play an important part in our communities to ensure the game of rugby can be played every week, as I've learned throughout the course of the evening. Sorry, Mom, but that was the first time doing a speech. Okay, referees are, from what I've seen and what I've heard the past month, thank you for the privilege, you are basically the unsung heroes of a society that I've actually never paid attention to or been a part of. So this whole month has been an enlightenment for me on how you guys actually are, and the whole sport is actually quite interesting if you actually look at it. So, thank you. You guys have opened my eyes in a lot of things this past month. And the unity that you have, the way you are, the family and the community, even though you come from different sectors, different phases of your lives, and how can I say now? Yes, the fact that you can come together as one is truly amazing. From different outcomes, different phases of your lives, and it's just different, and it's just amazing how you can just come and mesh as one. It's really a unity that is hardly ever recognized or noticed amongst anybody else. So I applaud you guys. Like Joey said in the cocktail party a couple of weeks ago, the abuse you go through is really something that you need an armor for. So congratulations. I applaud you and keep on what you're so doing. Thank you for giving us the honor and the privilege.
Can I see the drive force one? No, you done that, sir. Thank you, Tracy. On behalf of us, thank you to Patrick Robertson, who's not here. Thank you, Tracy. Hope that you'll be with us for some time. En dan die laaste, maar nie die minste nie, wat ons net vir ou Mutual, wat by ons betrokke raak die begin van die jaar. Dit was eintlik super toeval geweest net Dewald. Jy het nog saam met my kon klere koop. Dis sê ek vir hom so grappende wys, jy weet mos hoe ek maar daai grappe maak van, yes, ek wonder waar gaan ons nou 'n sponsor kry, ons het nie iemand nie. Dis sê maar praat met my, ons gaan kyk wat ons uitwerk. Ons weet nie waar ons gaan begin nie. Ons gaan maar klein begin, maar ons gaan by 'n miljoen rand eindig. Ek beloof jy, is nie baie lank meer nie. Dankie die wat jy vorentoe kan kom, iets kon kry van ons. Dankie ook. En net 'n paar woorde oor sê. Oor sê maar eens 'n paar woorde.
Good evening. Is it the Paul Roos refs that's making so much noise there? Yeah, the one thing that I've learned in my life is in the last years, when I finished matric in my days, you went to the army. And I've learned this year, my oldest boy became a ref, that you can't shout anymore from the side and say, you missed a good game, ref. So I'm looking towards a game in a different way. Although one boy is still playing rugby, it's a different place, and I've met some very nice professional people, Amy, Marius, some of the other ones as well. Sorry for the times that we held from the side. We're passionate about the game. Lately we just abused Rassi and Faf. Luckily, and now it's Yaku as well with his elbow, which we really didn't thought he didn't anything wrong though. This wouldn't come if it was not for you, Ben. It just, the first day I went to Western Province, I grew up in the Northwest, West Transvaal, in a rugby family. I grew up in Olien Park, HP Groengras, and my dad played 23 years prop for Potchefstroom. And the first time I learned something from ref is we were playing against Welkom, Potchefstroom, and Billy Nell was the ref. So maybe some of you older people, my dad's age, will know this. There was a penalty, and he walked 15 meters towards Welkom. And the captain came to him and he says, ref, what is this about? He says, hierdie is Potchefstroom en hier maak ons soos ons wil. And that was the last of it. So if you're in Potchefstroom and you're the ref, you do whatever you want. And I think I met Ben when we went to get the Western Province clothes for my oldest boy. And he started talking, and Ben, thank you. Hopefully this will be a nice partnership over the next few years. And I'm very passionate about refs though, and we will take it to the next level if we can, potentially over the next few years. We first need to get rid of our CEO though, so we have more money. That's a joke though. So thank you very much, and for all the abuse for some of the members of the referee as well. Thanks a lot. Hey.
Dewald, as jy nou ontslaag geraak het van die ou loserie negotiate soos laag as moontlik, sal ons die ander vat, hoor. Okay, now for the more serious stuff, guys, let's get on with the final awards of the evening. We're going to move over to our prestige awards. I'm going to call on Joey and Sean of KWV to come forward to hand over the following awards. The referees referee of we all know with the Willem Brits Trophy. It's been selected by the members. We had 3 nominees this year. I think I'm allowed to say it, Amy, Eddie, and Devon Ace. And after the voting process went through, according to the referees, the man that was our ambassador for them and for our society, Devon Ace. Oh, sorry. Well done, Devon. Ek gaan weer 'n storieetjie vertel. So by die ongeluk of per ongeluk coincidence, this happened that their first son was born. His name is Ben, and my first grandson was born, and his name is Devon. I don't know how they worked that out. So that was a little bit of a coincidence. The executive awards. This is where the executive wants to give an award for somebody that did something special in the year, something for the first time. So this year, for his Currie Cup final, and also other things that he did for the society, Marius van der Westhuizen. Okay, the overall merit award, this is where all the referees that's won trophies in the divisions. Ronnie met my help ook reg is. Then they, as said, for these guys, it's quite a serious thing. So they've got a big criteria on your fitness, your AGMs, monthly meetings, exam marks, matches refereed, withdrawals, not arrivals. As jy not arrival, val jy outomaties uit. Dis amper so klap wat abuse, dan kom jy nie in die ry nie. Maar en dan op die einde van die dag as ouens gelyk eindig, dan vat hulle die hoogste eksamenpunt. So die jaar was daar 2 persone, gaan nou die 3 persone, Ronnie? Kan nie onthou nie, maar die persoon met die hoogste eksamenpunt en wat die overall referees merit award wen, Petrus van der Merwe. Also from the committee side, the appointments committee side, as said, Joey told you people that I was a little bit more involved with appointments this year. Petrus, eerlik waar sê ek het op 'n stadium gevoel, daar so 'n paar van julle, jou en vir Ashley en ek kan nog so 'n paar, maar dit nie vir jou nie, jy het verskoning, jy wou altyd 'n brief hê. Vir die werk. Nee, ek maak maar grap, maar die mense altyd maar kan bel en hulle sê altyd ja, ek dink on behalf of the appointment, also thank you. And specifically for those guys, actually, Eddie, who refereed 2-3 matches on a Saturday afternoon, just to make life easy for us and to make sure that we have referees. Let's move on to the most improved referee for 2019. And also the big criteria was followed. And I actually liked to see the expressions on the referees' faces when they won these rewards. Sien jy Stellenbosch hoekom julle nie mag kykie? Okay, the most improved referee for 2019, wie dink julle? Cameron, Africa. Cameron is daar van hy klein dorpie Mamre aan die ander kant Atlantis. Wie van julle het nog hier daar weet het al daar geblaas? Bitterman, 'n hele paar van ons Johan kan jy onthou as jy jou oor nou oor die pad daar na die klaphuis wat 'n huis is en hulle maak eers die snoek op die vuur en dan vergeet jy met huis toe gaan. Nou Hamlets is ons klap wat in die WP speel. Ek dink as al ons klap Maniep en Ruben kan inkoop in refereeing soos Hamlets, dan het ons die probleme in die WP nie. Hamlets het die afgelope 3 jaar 6 skeieregters uit hulle klapgeleerders vir ons gegee, waarvan daar nog 2 onlangs weer aansoek gedoen het. 8 in 4 jaar. As meeste van die klaps net vir ons 2 in 4 jaar kan gee, het ons nie 'n probleem nie. So ek dink julle dorp verdien ook 'n applousie daar. Dankie julle manne van Hamlet. And natuurlijk, also they make it difficult for us because the transport, they also need to go to Tal Josephat. And the only thing that's concerning for me, when you appoint somebody to the poll and it's a national week, they phone me and said, kan jy net vir my vrou sê ek is vir 'n week weg van die huis af, jy weet. Dis obviously so ernstig. Most promising referee for 2019. Most promising, improve is klaar. Toe maar dis my, jy kan as maar foto maak, dis maar nou vanaand. Most promising referee for 2019, Etienne de Weer. Jy sien, het jy net gehoor, ek gaan klaarmaak, dan wil ek so nie stage ook vat, jy. Once again, to our sponsors, to the left and the right and the center, guys, this is what it means to referees. It's something special, en julle speel so 'n groot rol om het moontlik te maak dat hulle loopbane kan ontwikkel. En alle kom hulle doen, en Paul Dobson het dit ook vir my altyd gesê, the only reason why somebody becomes a referee, because they're the only people that loves the game. There's nothing else in it for them. They're the only people that loves the game. Hulle was bereid om op 'n Saterdagoggend daar by die mammies te gaan geskel word by die laerskole en by die hoërskole en daar nog stupid genoeg te wees om sy kar te klim en verder geskel te word die aand of die agtermiddag en dan vanaand Dan het jou kind gesê, pa kan nie vir my sê ek moet nie 1 uur by die huis kom, ek kom pa self 1 uur by die huis sê, nee. True story, nee. Maar word ons al daar geskel, want by tydklaps is er nog 'n lekkere ou wil die huis toe gaan, nee. Dan kom ons by die laaste award vir 2019 en ek het, dis deels om ek vanaand gesê het, ek wil MC wees, want dit is my baie belangrike oomblik. En ek dink aan einde van die maand gaan ons nog miskien iets van dit ervaar, ek mag net my beurt uit praat nie. Maar a very special moment to hand over this reward tonight. When I'm not going to say later whatever I want to say afterwards. Referee for the year 2019 19, making history again in South Africa, Amy Barrett-Theron. Yeah, she's off to New Zealand, Canada, then New Zealand. I don't know if she's going to be back at Christmas, so hopefully. Moet sy terug wees kry, yes. Okay, Zana, sorry. Baie geluk, Amy. Just one or two stories. I can tell actually quite a lot of a few guys here, but I can still remember the first day I phoned Bert and Hofke and I asked her about Amy Barrett. En sy sê, ja, sy het by ons rugby gespeel vir die Sharks. En die enigste ding wat sleg is van haar is 'n Sharks supporter, maar baie keer wen ons as ons al right. Toe begin ek haar bel, sy sê, oh, well, I do touches, but perhaps I need to give it a go. So, but we're going to do some fitness testing, I think, the next weekend or whatever. So she and I think 4 or 5 females arrived, and she ran the bleep at that time. The yo-yo. So it wasn't too bad, and I gave the results through the SA Rugby. So ek het iemand wat, ten minste, ek weet nie hoe goed sy is, maar sy is fiks genoeg om met die mans te kompeteer. Hulle sê, ons sal maar sien. Sy so waar die al so verwaand, die volgende oggend te bel sy vir my. That was 2014, 2014. Die volgende oggend te bel sy my, Ben, what is the possibility that I'll make it to the Olympics in 2016? And you know what happened? She made it to the Olympics in 2016. And that's special for me. I will never forget that. Okay, ek het nou genoeg gepraat. Without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Eddie to do the word of thanks. Thanks, Eddie. Hy is ook nog blauwbal, maar los maar vir hom ook.
It's difficult wearing this blazer, I must admit. Yes, I'll tell him that, okay. Can you hear me? I always wanted to say something that... No, I'm not going to say it now. Yeah, because he's going to laugh at me, so I'm not going to say it. Okay, it's my honor and duty this evening to thank the number of people that have made this event and our referee society very successful over the past. Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Old Mutual, Dewalt, and your team. And I'd also like to thank Mornay Potgieter, that's also helped us with our investments, and he's done a sterling job in his own time and effort. All right, thanks, Dewalt. Secondly, I'd like to thank Dryforce. I know Patrick Robinson is not here this evening, but Tracy White and her team over here this evening, thanks very, very much, and your kind words that you said to us this evening. Also, KWV, Dudley Shaw, Sean Stewart and his team, and a special word of thanks for all the gifts that go towards and we present to our visiting referees when they come down and referee games at Newlands. Also very important, and without the venue this evening, it wouldn't have been possible, Proteo Hotels, Delia Stander and his team. And I'd really like to thank his chef, his staff, and the service that they provided us, and the great food that they served us on the table. I think they deserve a round of applause. Unfortunately, the following person couldn't be here this evening, but they play a vital part, and they've helped us a tremendous amount in getting our accounts and getting our financial statements ready, which hopefully we'll be able to present at our AGM in a couple of weeks' time. C2M auditors, they've donated their skills and expertise free of charge to us to do our auditing and our books. So Karel Steenkamp, Christian, thanks very much. They're not here this evening. Next, I'd like to thank Ivan and Kelly. They're not here this evening either, from Thirsty Scarecrow. I think the beers that you guys have been drinking at the back over there has been donated by them. Ivan Lindner from Tata Oostenburg, sponsoring the vehicle for visiting referees. Thanks very much, Ivan. Brian Klaaste-Salmans from Snacks Mobile for sponsoring the referees clubhouse with soft drinks. Pia Potgieter and Van Sale Burger, both from King Cars. They sponsor the vehicle that, I don't want to mention his name, but somebody drives with King Cars all over it, and picture of junior referees on the back. They sponsor Ben's car and also the Junior Referees Project. Thank you guys for that. Okay, Joseph from Discovery, Joseph van Skulkwijk, he sponsored some of the prizes and the products that he offers us at courses and various other things during the year. Unfortunately, they couldn't be here this evening, but for Keith Hendricks of the Saro Exco and Banks Yontolo, the referees manager of Saro, thank you for their support and offering us the good things that referees do offer us in the Western Province. I'd also like a big word of thanks to Ben and Fatima. Fatima is doing this in their first year. I don't know where Fatima's gone to now. She's hiding away at the back there. Okay. Ben and Fatima are my right-hand men, all right? So whenever there's a problem, I would give them a shout, and we sort things out, and they're just a marvelous team to work with, and I'm very, very proud to know that they support and work with me, and we work through difficult times and hard times, and we can argue and that type of stuff, but at the end of the day, we get the appointments out, and we get the administration of the referees running very well as well. So a huge round of applause for Fatima and Ben. Okay. Also, thanks to Liam Hamanel, our photographer. I think he's flashing around here somewhere, I think. Liam, thanks very much. For Gene Productions, Eugene, for your live streaming that you're going to do later on this evening and tomorrow. And for the big screens that we got here that everybody can see what's going on. Last but not least, you see, I do it quite well, better than you, Joey. See that? Otherwise, they don't get appointments and they don't get their money at the end of the year, you'll see. Okay. Okay, last but not least, I'd like to thank the wives, the husbands, and the partners for all your support and love you give to the referees in this society. Without you, I don't think they would be what they are today. Thank you very, very much. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to leave now.
Thank you, Eddie. Last but not least, Fatima, first year. It was tough in the office. It's still tough. We still need to sort out a few things. But you're learning fast, and I think just keep your cool. Just do what you have to do. En luister. Vrouwens is nie baie goed met luister, maar julle moet 'n slag luister. En dan vir my vrou, Lenet, ek weet, na 25 jaar, jy's gatvol, ek weet, jy's gatvol. Maar sy luister ek nie meer, ek weet. Dit is so net. Maar kom ons hou uit, dis nie meer lank nie. En dan vir julle almal baie dankie van executive side. Drive safe, enjoy your Christmas, New Year. Moenie te veel eet nie. Joey wag vir julle met die fikshuistoetse asseblief. En daar is nog dessert as julle voel julle moet dit eet. But otherwise enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you for your time. Okay, bye.